I spent New Year's Eve productively, thrifting, and going to a cat cafe. And no, this cat is not from a cat cafe. This is Paws. I've had him for almost 6 years, buddy. You're turning 6 this year? You're an old man, except you're not. You're always a baby. Welcome back and welcome to 2025. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions this year because I just didn't really feel like it. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but usually Christmas is when I get sick. I've been dealing with a sore throat for over a month now, and I tested negative for literally every single possible sore throat, cold, flu, etc. that I could have. So I have no idea what it is. And the doctors have no idea what it is. But I decided to film this video. I'm feeling sassy today. Anyways, the point being that on New Year's Eve, the thrift overlords gave me a present. They granted me safe passage and provided me with treasure when I went thrifting, which like never happens. I now understand why people in the Midwest love thrifting because y'all are finding the best stuff. Anywhere where I've lived on the East Coast, I've never had this much good luck. So I understand. And I'm a little bit jealous. So let's just get started. We're starting off with cardigans, etc. I'm just gonna, whoops. Up first, we have this cute blue cardigan that I thrifted, I think, at a Goodwill. What I thought was special about this cardigan is the embroidery. Look at that. All the cute little floral details. I really love thrifting unique pieces that have something a little bit different about them. This is exactly that. I like that it's got only one pocket at the front that's the same texture as the sleeves and the collar. And then the embroidery on the other side. I've kind of been lacking in my oversized layers department. So I'm very happy that I scored this because I think this will be the perfect piece for me in winter and going into spring, etc. No further notes on this one. Let's move on to blazers because of course I thrifted blazers. Who do you think I am? Not Jemi? No, I love my blazers. If you know anything about my channel, you know that I love anything regarding Audrey Hepburn, and especially Audrey Hepburn's works, and also her personal style. With that in mind, I of course naturally love Breakfast at Tiffany's. And if you don't know who I am or what this channel is about, hi, my name is Jemi, and I make a lot of fashion content. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can actually make this my full-time job, maybe in 2025. Please, thank you, yes. Anyways, as most Audrey Hepburn fans would know, Breakfast at Tiffany's is one of her most iconic films, so I got a blazer in the Tiffany's color. Maybe not exactly, but it reminds me of the Tiffany's color. I'm not actually sure if I would categorize this as a full-on blazer or more like a blazer top because it doesn't have any buttons, but what it does have is this awesome embroidery that I just find so beautiful. This is very elegant and kind of oversized on me, and this just looks like I throw it on and the outfit suddenly looks a lot more polished than it was before. I've always loved anything in the color blue, and this definitely aligns with that. Blues and greens are my strong colors, I'd say. I feel like those are the colors that make my eyes and my hair color pop the most, which is why I love to wear them, and also they're just very vibrant and energetic. Let's be real for a second here. I need something to compensate for my lack of social skills, so of course wearing something colorful and energetic is going to be a conversation starter, or if not a conversation starter, it will draw people to me rather than me, I don't know, being good at talking, which I'm not. Surprisingly enough, I only thrifted 2 blazers, which is unheard of for me. My style has become a little bit more casual recently, and I don't want to have these super extra fancy blazers all the time. So when I'm looking for blazers these days, I don't want them to be as structured as regular blazers. I want them to be a little bit more casual. So that is what we have here. This is the last blazer option here. This one actually has buttons, yay for me. But I think I would actually mostly like to wear it unbuttoned because I think this looks really good unbuttoned because this is a very large size. This is not my size at all whatsoever. I think it looks good on me as like an oversized layer. Again, I like the texture. I like the fact that it's, surprise, surprise, in a blue color. Are you seeing some similarities in this video already? Maybe. Now, I did actually find a matching skirt for this. However, I feel like the skirt is a little bit too much. It turns very much into those 60s blazer sets, and I'm not trying to do that with this blazer. So I left the skirt at the thrift store and took this home with me instead. They were not a bonded pair, okay? Okay, you know what? I'm too addicted to like these cat cafes because every single time I see bonded cat pairs, I'm like, can you guys just come home with me? Your girl is broke. I cannot afford to have more cats. So another reason to subscribe is that I can have more cats because I would love to feed more kitties, adopt more kitties, give more kitties help, give them homes, etc. Big passion of mine. Also, I feel like this would be really dope if I added a bunch of pins to this. I could see this looking really cool with funky pins or like classic pearl pins, etc. A bunch of brooches and pins. I feel like that would just make this really, really elevated. We're moving on to a category I'll just call tops because I couldn't think of anything else, to be real with you. Not part of the haul, but Cool just woke up, and anyone that loves Cool loves having Cool in my videos. So here you have him, Cool at his best, brightest, cutest, smartest for 2025, and also loudest because that is his thing, to be very, very loud. So for our first top, we have this black knit, I want to call it a cardigan, but I know it's probably not a cardigan. This is definitely oversized on me. However, I like how it looks. I feel like it, once again, gives that kind of chill vibe. The thing that caught my eye with this one was actually the sleeves. I don't know if you can see, but the sleeves have this kind of patterning to them. I find them to be very delicate and cute, and they add that little bit of something to an otherwise fairly plain top. I feel like I can never have enough black in my closet. Is that what this entire outfit today is saying? Because come on. I'm wearing all black today, so, you know, I think I'm kind of proving my point. I'm starting to realize how pathetically addicted to blue I am, because here we have a right, Cool. It's a blue polo shirt. Good guess, buddy. I've actually wanted to buy a polo shirt for a long time now, and the reason is rather ridiculous, which is Animal Crossing. I love the polos that my Animal Crossing character wears, and I think they're really freaking cute, and one day I want to do an Animal Crossing character themed video. I did one on my Animal Crossing villagers, but I want to do one on my specific characters and how I style my character. She's like me for real because I created her, and this looks a lot like what she would wear. I've been wanting one of these since 2020 because that's when I started playing Animal Crossing, but the thing is I didn't want to buy it in a store, and I did almost buy a couple of these polos from different places, but then I put them back on the rack and I was like, you know what, we're gonna wait. And the thrift gods finally came through. Finally, just, 4 years later, but what's the rush? Now the only thing I'm missing is getting this in green. That's the next thing I want to do, but you know what? We're working with what we got. We're trying to thrift slowly, be sustainable. And here is my last one for the tops category, which is my first ever Christmas sweater. Cool, you need to stop announcing with me. For my Christmas sweaters, I have always borrowed something from my relatives, and finally, I have something of my own. It's got everything that I love. It's got, the very cringy peace text on it. It's also got an orange cat, which very much my type of energy, and a little mouse, and snow, and the moon. It's perfect. I actually had to fix this up quite a bit because it is unraveling at the sleeves, and there was a little hole at the front that I had to patch up, and it's the perfect kind of oversize, and it doesn't bunch up at my waist. I hate sweaters with an elastic waist. There's so many beautiful sweaters. I've been this close to thrifting, and then I see, oh, you're gonna bunch up at my hips or at my waist. Great. Just please let them hang loose like this one. No further notes on this one. Now let's move on to accessories. We're starting off with this crazy striped scarf, which honestly I was not expecting to get. The thing is, I don't really like tassels, and I don't really like super colorful scarves, but for some reason, this one looks just funky enough to work with me. And again, this thing has the elements of things that I usually don't like, but for some reason, I love it on me. Like, I don't know, look at how fluffy it is, and cute, please. I feel like this adds to the more whimsical, cutesy part of my personality because, again, I do love my pastels, I love my blues, etc. And I think this one has just enough of those elements that it really does feel like my personal style. It's definitely one of those things where you're first like, you're interesting, and then you're like, I like you. Our next scarf is this beautiful blue scarf that Cool is modeling because he will not stop talking. It's very plain, it's very cute, it's blue, it's long, it's got tassels, again, which I'm not a huge fan of, but not against for some reason in this case, once again. Getting surprised every time. I really struggle with getting a good scarf for myself. I've had the same scarf since 2015, which is this super big oversized blue scarf. And I wanted something that's a little bit thinner and just easier to kind of like so. So I'm very excited to wear this one because, again, it's kind of cutesy, it's kind of simple, kind of bubbly. And it looks great on Cool too, doesn't it, buddy? Oh, you're so pretty. You're the prettiest kitty that ever was. Look at you in your blue scarf. Is this yours now? Is this your blue scarf? I may just have to give it up. You know what it is, sacrificing for your children. Always sacrificing for my son. The last scarf is a tiny bit of a disappointment, and I feel like I've been lied to. Here's the thing. I've been looking for a very basic black scarf for a long time now. One that you just, tie around, it's long, it's cute, it's basic. and I thought that's what I was getting. But the thing is, this black scarf was bunched up right in the middle, so I couldn't actually try it on or see what it looked like on me. I just had to trust that it would look good. It has a hood, and I was not expecting a hood, but that would explain the bunching up. I'm not sure if I feel bad about it. I feel like it's just a kind of extra accessory that I was not expecting. It's okay, but it's not what I was looking for, and thus it feels a little bit disappointing, but it's not bad. It kind of feels like a freebie, honestly, because a lot of people make their scarves look like hoods, like they put it around like a hood. Like, this is it on me, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I'm not offended that it looks this way, but also, I don't know, it's not exactly what I was going for, and I can push it back like so. I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like a fantasy character, like a Star Wars Sith Lord. Tell me what you think. Is this a good scarf, or is this a scarf that I just happened to get by accident and it's not that great? Next, let's move on to hats. I don't usually really have a lot of luck with hats because my head is really freaking tiny. And so I really struggle finding a hat that actually works for my head size. So here are my 2 hats today. The first one I made myself. This is my first ever crochet project, so I am very proud of it because I had to redo it like 4 times. Now I'm a little bit self-conscious about showing this to you guys because this is my first ever crochet project, so please be nice and please be supportive because I am trying my best and I am at the very, very, very beginning of my journey. And next up is mittens and a scarf. So I will be working on those next, but this is the hat that I crocheted. And I added this little bow accessory here, mostly so I know which way to put it on, but also because I thought it's a cute little addition. What do you guys think? I think it's cute. I think it's like a very basic, simple hat. Not very thick though. I could probably line it with something on the inside because right now this is more like spring and fall weather appropriate, but I wanted something that was in a lighter color because all of my hats are very, very colorful, like they're straight up pink. But overall, I'd say for my first ever crochet project, I'm doing pretty well. And hey, it's my head size. Like, it actually fits on my head and it doesn't fall off. See? Yeah. Not falling off. Okay, please don't laugh at this next one. I don't know how I feel about it. Tell me your opinions, but be kind. For anyone who's seen Serial Experiments Lane, yes. I have a very odd relationship with this hat. Because the thing is, I thrifted it at a bin sale. I was like, it looks cute enough. I'm not going to try it on at the thrift store because, you know, lice, etc. I have a very, very, very specific memory of wearing a hat that was almost like this, except you could kind of put the flaps to the side like this. And I was in a bus once on my way to school. Mind you, I was literally like 7 or 8. And this kind of mean young adult woman sat next to me and was snickering and laughing next to me the entire bus trip. Eventually, I just look up at her like, lady, what are you laughing at? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, but your hat is just so funny. And so I threw that hat out. And I told my mom that I would never wear that hat again because I had a woman laugh at me in the bus for 20 minutes straight. And it wasn't that I even loved that hat, but I didn't hate it. But that woman just made me feel terrible about what I wore. And I hope her fashion is terrible to this day. I don't really wish that upon many people, but I don't think it's cool to laugh at other people's outfits. Even if you don't like them, even if you think they're funny or amusing, or you're like, wow, that looks ridiculous, I don't think it's okay to just snicker at someone or make fun of them for what they're wearing. So yeah, that's my direct trauma in relation to this hat. I do have another bear hat that I love and wear all the time, but I don't know if this is too much. I don't know. You guys tell me. Next, let's move on to my favorite category, which is shoes. Oh boy, have I won in the shoes category, which I never win in. If you've listened to me rant about how much I like Mary Jane's sneakers and how I never bought them because they were all out of my price range, as in they were like $100 to $150 or $200 even, yay! I found some, and these are very basic. They're very simple, but I actually like them because 1, they fit my wide feet. My feet are small but wide, which is why I really, really struggle finding the right kinds of shoes for myself. But these are really comfortable and they've got a Velcro on them so I can tighten them. These were $5 and I just feel like these are going to be the perfect spring, summer, early fall kind of shoe for me. They're comfortable, they're easy to put on, they're easy to wear with different types of things. I'm very excited to see how I could style these shoes, but the next one's even better. Voila! These are the perfect Mary Jane sneakers I have ever witnessed in my entire life, in the sense that 1, they were like $5, and 2, They're extremely comfortable and extremely adjustable. Now, they don't, once again, have really the sneaker effect other than in looking like a sneaker on the side. But you know what? I'm kind of sick of having Mary Janes that are not comfortable and then having sneakers that aren't cute with skirts, etc. So this is the perfect solution that I've been waiting for and looking for forever. I love everything in this, from the flower buckle to the leather on the top of the shoe to how wide it is. And it's extremely freaking lightweight. Like, this feels like nothing. This next one is also a find that I was not expecting to find because, again, big struggles with especially shoes that do not seem to have the toe box that I need, which is these brown leather boots. So my goal for a while now has been to find boots that are low heel and have a wide toe box. And while I do have my black and my beige boots that are high-heeled and cute, they're not super walkable, so I wanted something I could walk in for long periods of time, and this is it. The other really cool thing about these is the buckle here. I wasn't exactly looking for a boot with like any accessories or added parts, but I think this buckle could actually add a lot of personality to my outfits because, hear me out, I could find some cute little subtle charms that I could add to this buckle here. And that would add a really personal touch to the shoes. Imagine the whole we're accessorizing our bags with keychains and little charms, but do it with boots. Do it with a cute little buckle part that you can add them to. Honestly, so happy to have found these because I am so sick of ordering boots online and trying them on and all of them being way too small for me in the toe box area. I can now retire from my boots hunting. Our first pair of sneakers is white, of course, with a little bit of this kind of grayish blue look to them. I freaking love these. I love, again, blue. And I love to have hints of blue mixed with white. That is one of my favorite color combinations ever. So this was practically calling my name when I saw it. I was like, we are destined to be together. You know what? Now I'm getting ideas. What if I added charms to this too? You know, I need to first find the charms, but it would be a really cute concept, adding a little bit of a something of a charm to your sneakers. Now here's a fun little fact about my sneaker shopping. I've been trying to find a pair of black basic sneakers since about 5 years ago. And here we have my basic black sneakers that I thrifted in pretty much perfect condition for $3. These are chunky, which I love personally. They've got a little bit of something to them with the mesh and the leather, but not too much. I don't know what I've done for the thrift gods to be so kind to me this time, because usually they're really mean to me and they're like, you get one broken item, okay? And that's it for the year. But what is this? These are awesome! As for dresses, I didn't really have that much luck with dresses, and it's very so-so for me with dresses. Overall, I'm super picky about the cut, the length, etc. This is the dress. I had to come all the way back here so you can actually see it. It's kind of like an Easter green, like a key lime green. Very vibrant and colorful, not the kind of color that I would usually go for, but I could not resist. I love my dresses flowy. I love dresses that have that vintage flow to them, like in The Sound of Music. That is kind of what I always look for in my dresses, is to have this natural kind of movement to them. And of course also the embroidery around the chest part, I think it's very beautiful. And for our final item, it's kind of random, but I've been wanting to buy a good pair of pajamas, and I forgot that these were hand-me-down I received. So this set is actually vintage. It's Victoria's Secret, and it's a cream-colored set with flower patterning on it, which I really love. And I wanted something that I could wear around relatives, etc. that wouldn't be too scandalous, because if I wear my current pajama set, because of my body type, it's kind of scandalous looking. Overall, very satisfied with this. Very happy I didn't have to spend any money on this. I completely forgot this existed until my relative handed it to me and was like, hey, by the way, this is yours. And these last things are not thrifted, but they're stuff I received for Christmas presents or stuff that I've just wanted and bought for myself. And it's accessories and makeup. Very small, cute little pile over here. I'm not really one to overspend on this kind of stuff. I'm very careful about what makeup I buy because I'm very fussy about what's on my face. So let's just start off with this. These are 3 cute bracelets that I bought for like a 3-in-1 package, which I didn't realize it was a 3-in-1 thing. I thought they were actually attached. I also thought this was a way darker color than it is because in the store, you know, it had these dimmed lights. So it looked like a deep purple to me. And then I walk out of the store and I'm like, that's like Finland blue. So at first I was kind of surprised, but not disappointed because I think it looks gorgeous either way, and it kind of has this color changing effect depending on the lighting. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I do this thing where I tend to buy a new piece of jewelry on my journeys and on my travels, and it's the one way in which I remember the place I was at, the location, the details, that exact day. So this ring on my finger, for example, I bought this in Berlin in 2021 when I was traveling back to Europe to see family. I remember the store, I remember the details, I remember what I ate around that time. And as for the last accessory, I don't know if I wore this in a previous video, but this is my Eagles claw clip. My partner loves eagles, so he got me this claw clip, and I think it's actually really adorable because, again, I love green, I love white. It's very Jemi coated because it's got rhinestones on it, and it's overall kind of girly and cutesy, but not too much. So very happy with this gift that I got. I've really been enjoying wearing this a lot, actually. If you're ever curious about my makeup choices, the number one thing I always am willing to buy more of is lip products. This right here is a Christmas present that I requested, which is the Peri Para Ink Airy Velvet in shade 21. I actually had a ton of these Peri Para lip tints when I was younger, like 21 to 23. And then I had trouble finding them again and buying them, so I switched to Style Nanda, which is also great. But I wanted to come back to this because they are not lying when they say it's airy and velvety. It literally makes your lips look and feel very soft and smooth. And I've been really enjoying a phase of wearing either just pinks or more neutral and brown shades. So this is going to be my go-to pink color when I want a little bit more pink than what I get from my Style Nanda products. And then this right here is for my more 90s themed lip look. This is the Romance Juicy Lasting Tint in shade 20, Dark Coconut. I wanted something that looks like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have been obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer ever since I decided to watch it, and I love the late 90s look of the outlined brown lip with a little bit of more like a lighter brown shade on top. And so to complement the lip tint, I got myself a lip liner, the Lasting Finish lip liner from Rimmel in the shade 705 Cappuccino. I think what I'm saying overall is that I'm kind of over very red saturated lips. I know a lot of people say that red is a classic color and it makes you look so amazing and it's iconic and it's fierce, but I don't want to be fierce or iconic. And also I feel like it really often doesn't look good on me because I'm super pale. Because of this, I feel like pinks and browns and overall these more neutral shades look a lot better on my skin tone. And that is it for the thrift haul. I am very, very, very excited to style these for the spring, especially the shoes. I am so freaking excited to wear them like you have no idea. And with that, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.